So thin slicing is a big aspect of RPOs inside of our trust-based coaching philosophy. It's extremely important. As we teach an RPO, you have to put total faith in the quarterback to not only make pre-snap but post-snap reads as well, and to read defenders. So we really got a hold of it against Masters Academy in 2015. There's Johnson throwing out. He had pretty good confidence there. In Jack Dixon, they're communicating with a ton of nonverbal cues, right? They're not yelling, "I'm throwing the bubble." You can see every time Masters moves, their overhang defender in the box, out of the box, they're just guessing. And what we're doing is reading, right? They're guessing, we're reading. Here, the quarterback didn't like the look, and so he's going to hand off. If he sees that flat defender run down, he pulled off the defensive end and he ran. So that had to be a pre-snap RPO sort of in a sense because post-snap read option. There, look at the distance. There's no one around that slot receiver for 20 yards. And we went from being a team that could barely score a point literally in 2014 to being a team that was able to score 50-something points against Masters. You can see here these guys just looking at each other. I didn't call that play. That play called itself, right? The quarterback gave a nod to his receiver and threw it. They've been talking in the huddle and in between series, and we're just keeping the RPO throws going, right? Like every time that they forget to cover the slot or they're too far away from him, now the quarterback's taking a look over his outside receiver. Didn't like it, didn't like the bubble, decided to do the read option portion. Down here, I probably should have called that to the field. He pulled out and went for the deep ball. We didn't call that play. I'm pretty sure that's all quarterback-receiver conversation, and you just can't get mad when it screws up because you're going to really, really enjoy when it works. We get the handoff game going a little bit better. When they start putting their focus, their onus on that slot receiver because he's doing so much, that's when you hit the outside guy. That's when you use the run action game. It starts to really benefit you in those ways. You can see the quarterback starting to pull and keep now, and this is becoming, a thing. He's just determining most of this. We're calling one play, and he's playing around with it with a whole bunch of different variations. Think about it. They've been biting the bubble. He gets a one-on-one in the red zone. Throw it up to your receiver. Let a guy have a great vertical leap. Let him go up and get that ball. Here, we've ran jet sweep already. So much attention on that slot, and he's going to run a little crisscross inside. We're going to kick out that defensive end. So that one was called, but after all of the stuff that they've been able to do, and their defensive coordinators had no idea what was coming next. Every time that he thought he made an adjustment, you can't because we were running a triple option offense and there's no real adjustment.